Hello, and welcome to today's video. So starting with sitting down and grounding into your seated position, we are preparing for day 5 of the Sun Salutation. We're almost done. So bringing your awareness to your spine, straightening your back, bringing your hands to your heart center, closing your eyes, and deeply inhaling for the 3 opening ohms. Inhale. Deeply inhaling and exhaling as you release your hands and gently open up your eyes. So coming to the top of your mat, standing in Samastiti, verifying your posture that you are engaged and straight. So toes, arches up, thighs, lifting up the kneecaps, engaged in the glutes, lower abdomen, shoulders, up and down. Taking a big inhale, lifting your arms up and looking back. Exhaling, coming to forward bend. Inhale, looking up, straightening your back. Keeping that same inhale in low lunge, bringing your hands firmly to the ground and exhaling into mountain. And here we are going in depth. So from mountain here, we're going to go into plank and 8 limbs on the mat. So technically if your distance is fine, you will be able to go directly into plank. But maybe from your low lunge, you were more like this and it was more comfortable for you to lift up and you have a smaller mountain and that's how you're starting off with your legs like this. However it might be, whatever happens, when you come into plank, make sure that your shoulders are over top of your wrists at every moment, and you want to avoid having the weight on your wrists more so. You want to make sure that the weight is evenly distributed on your whole entire hand, just like we spoke about in downward dog and mountain pose. So keeping your shoulders right over your wrists, making sure that the pressure, the weight is distributed all over your hand. If you try your distance here, then you will be able to be in the proper plank. So again, no scapula is caving in, pushing away from the ground and keeping your body completely straight. If you have a tendency to have your bum up, then you'll see that your shoulders will go away from over your wrists. So a better modification is just to lower down your knees so that you still have an angle. And this way you're practicing your arm strength and your core without compromising the alignment of your shoulders over your wrists. So obviously you don't want to be like this either, and you don't want to be too far back. So the plank variation, keeping your shoulders over your wrists and having your knees on the ground. Obviously the proper plank, your knees are lifted, straight, no swooping of the hips either. This is not a good plank. This is not a good plank. All of this is not a good plank. Anytime that you've got a hard time doing a pose, just always follow your body. Listen to your body. It's much better for you to do a variation of plank, lifting up your legs as well, than for you to do a plank that looks like this, right? If you're not getting the proper alignment. So now if you are in plank pose and you want to go down to 8 limbs on the mat, you can drop your knees, chest, and chin. And as you can see, you're keeping the bum up. So now the modifications to go down on 8 limbs of the mat are obviously equivalent to the modifications of your plank. So if you're already in plank and your knees are on the mat, your shoulders are over top of your wrists, your neck is neutral, back is straight, then you would simply exhale, bringing the chest and the chin down. If that is also difficult for you, then you can just try to straighten down in a straight line. And then when you're on a straight line, you're there, you're on the ground, you can completely release everything. And that's going to start with forming the muscles that you need to be able to lower down. So following your body, going into 8 limbs on the mat, and feeling how you don't want your scapulas once again to cave in when you're here, right? You want this to be a chest opening pose. So you want to have your arms strongly while you're in the 8 limbs so that you're not caving your scapulas in as well. So your hands are underneath your shoulders and your bum is tucked up. So you've got that space there. This is how we're doing it, and then we're going to transition into unsupported cobra tomorrow. So practicing your plank to 8 limbs on the mat depending on your level, trying to hold plank, see how long you can hold it for, and letting me know how that was, that helped you out. And the best thing to do for plank, this is very difficult to see for yourself, it's very difficult to feel into your body. Do plank with a camera or with a friend or with anything like that. Even if you do it with a camera, you're gonna look at it after and be like, ooh. Like probably when I look at this video, I'm gonna look at it and be like, oh, I was showing plank and my bum was too up, because it's very difficult to actually feel it. So when you really, really want to practice the proper alignment, looking at yourself in a mirror and the camera will help enormously. So grounding into the pranayama. Once again, finding your comfortable seated position, concentrating on both sitting bones, having equal weight. Abdomen is lightly engaged, sternum is up, back, shoulders are up and back. And preparing once again for the alternate nostril breathing. Left hand on the left knee, chin mudra, index and thumb are touching as the right hand goes into the Vishnu mudra. Your index and major finger on your third eye or completely tucked in, with your thumb blocking the right, pinky and ring finger blocking the left. Starting the Nadi Shnada with blocking the right and inhaling to the left. Blocking the left and exhaling to the right. Inhaling to the right. Blocking it and exhaling through the left. Going at your own rhythm, grounding into your breath. Always observing your body, observing your posture, and feeling free to replace your shoulders, your arch, or any position that your body has taken, making sure that you keep a straight spine. And continuing to simply observe the thoughts. as you complete the round by exhaling through the left, gently remove the Vishnu Mudra as your right hand meets the right knee in Chin Mudra with the index and thumb touching. If ever you do want to continue the alternate nostril breathing, as always, feel completely free to do so. Moving on to the meditation and grounding into the deep belly breathing. Grounding into your sitting bones. And bringing your awareness to your heart center. Filling your chest with air. Focusing on the center. If you want, you can bring your hands to your heart as you bring your awareness to your heart center. And you focus on feeling into your heart. Directing your thoughts towards perfection. Directing your thoughts towards what you think perfection would look like for yourself, for others, maybe your business, your partner. What would be the perfect body? What would be the perfect income? What would be the perfect relationship? And as your focus goes towards perfection, and as your mind uses the power of imagination, focus on your heart and see if there's any reaction. As you imagine perfection, know that everything is already perfect. And as you focus on your heart center, bring your awareness back to your current situation. In what might seem to be an imperfect situation, what may seem to be an imperfect body, imperfect routine, imperfect relationship, whatever it is in your situation right now that doesn't match that imagination. And as you do so, observe your heart center, if there's any changes. And as your awareness remains on your heart, try and practice bringing love to your situation, even if it isn't perfect. Using the affirmation, I love and approve of myself unconditionally, is very powerful. And as you think of your situation, example, your monthly income, you think this isn't perfect, feel into your heart and affirm that you love and approve of yourself unconditionally. And feel any reaction that your heart center may have. And as you focus on loving yourself and approving of yourself unconditionally, find one aspect of the imperfect situation that you are grateful for. And as you bring your awareness onto what you are grateful for in your imperfection right now, you may find a reaction in your body, and you may just realize that everything is always imperfectly perfect. And as you feel into your heart space, bringing gratitude for one perfect thing inside each aspect of your life that you imagine. What right now is perfect about your business or your work? What right now is perfect about your body and yourself? What is perfect about your relationships? And maybe, just maybe, the most perfect thing about any situation is that even if it is imperfectly imperfect, it is an opportunity for you to improve, which in its essence is perfect. And as you bring gratitude into your life and you focus on the perfection of the imperfection as opposed to focusing on the imperfection of the perfection, you may just realize that it's more perfect than you think. Bringing your hands to your heart center in prayer position. Deeply inhaling for 3 Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Inhale. Om. behind your back, grabbing your wrist and exhaling as you bow down. Thanking yourself for today's practice, thanking the universe for everything that is perfect and imperfect and perfectly imperfect and imperfectly perfect. And inhaling as you come back up, bringing your hands to the front, rubbing your palms together, creating the heat. And placing your palms directly on your eyes and your fingers on your forehead. Deeply inhaling. And exhaling as you slowly open up your eyes in the darkness of your palms. And gently but surely bringing them away from your face. You open your eyes and directly look at the palms of your hands. And bringing your awareness back into the room. Thank you so much for coming to today's practice. Let me know how it goes with the plank, the 8 limbs on the mat. How is the alternate nostril breathing? Do you feel like now that we've been doing it 5 days in a row, are you feeling a little bit more confident with it? Has your relationship with it changed? And then let me know what you felt about the imperfectly perfect meditation. And if ever I said the word perfect or imperfect too many times, I really apologize. But I mean, that's why it's so perfectly imperfect, right? Okay, see you guys tomorrow.